it was, in hindsight, an insane decision, but I'm glad I didn't have hindsight because I wouldn't have made it. If I knew how hard it was going to be, I would not have done what I did. And it was sell my house, buy my cleaner's car, work any job I could do, and from waiting tables at events to picking up one-day little, consultancies to working for Tourism Tas for a day here and there, anything I could do to keep us going while waiting for, as in some cases, years and years for wines to come to market, to fruition. The great joy and the great burden of sparkling wine is the age, is the time. And, 5 years on, well, actually 6 years on nearly, it was the right decision. And, my passion for Tasmanian sparkling wine has increased, not decreased over that time.
Natalie Fryar is Australia's sparkling rosé queen, and her Bellebonne is hands down the finest new sparkling brand of the modern era.
Bellebonne, which means beautiful and good, like many Tasmanian sparklings, is made entirely to represent my belief about what sparkling wine can be from Tasmania. I think maybe the real difference is that it's entirely individual. It's just one person's idea. And it is hard to do that, very hard to do that. The very nature of sparkling wine lends itself more easily to larger companies, larger formats, larger budgets. But it means there is no other influence other than what the grapes are telling me, what the season is telling me drawing on all of my belief and knowledge to create something unique. Bellebonne is made by Tasmania. I'm just the shepherd. The intensity of the fruit and the integrity of the fruit, it's pristine. It is absolutely pristine. It's most powerful fruit flavors, exotic florals, spice, all of this stuff happens in the grape. I see my role as the winemaker is to create a structure around that beautiful fruit and deliver it to a drinker, maybe in 5 years' time, but that someone who's drinking that wine can really taste what it is to be in Pipers River. It's an astounding place, absolutely astounding. I adore it, And I've been working in Pipers River continually. This will be my 21st year. And every year I feel like I learn something more about it. Pipers River is the most astounding, pristine and generous region in the world, I believe, to grow sparkling wine. It's just incredible. Supply and demand is very challenging, particularly for a small player. In some ways it's, you can pick up a cheeky 1 or 2 tons, which actually means a lot in my world. But you are more subject to things like, oh, I'm sorry, we've sold all that fruit, when you had a strong belief that that fruit was going to be part of your brand. For Bellebonne, all of our vintage wines come from a single vineyard, and we have a long relationship with that vineyard. But our growth really can only happen through the growth of that vineyard. So we are locked into that kind of push and pull. Certainly, there is a lot of demand, a lot more demand than we can supply at the moment. Many people say that's a nice problem to have, but at this time of year when we're really, really trying to lock down fruit, we do start to get worried. If you're limited to a single vineyard and 1 or 2 growers, if they have a poor year, your options are limited. So it is very much, we can only make the volume of wine that the fruit can deliver. We don't have extra resources. I can't pull something from somewhere else. And I won't release anything I don't think is good enough. It has to be of the style and of the quality every single year. And so there are some years where it's like, this is not going to be vintage. This is going to be something else. And that is a really big pressure for us, and it does keep me awake at night. We have a great community of grape growers and winemakers in Tassie though, so, fingers crossed, something will pop out of the woodwork. What I love most about making these wines is being able to spend time in the Tasmanian countryside and driving through the wilderness to get to the different places that the wines are grown, and then sharing the wines that we make. Really and truly, like, it is an incredibly humbling thing to say, what did I do today? And to be able to say, I made wine, and then I shared that wine with some amazing people. That is wonderful life. It's a wonderful life. And it's high pressure, it's difficult, but the rewards are pretty much unending.